So you love the new SQL data warehouse pools as much as I do, but you want to dynamically set them to trigger off to make sure that they're in place in the appropriate levels every time you run a pipeline. Don't worry, we got you. In this video, we're going to show you how to dynamically set SQL pools as part of every pipeline run. I'm here. We got Brett Myers, the product manager of Fabric Data Warehouse. How the heck are you doing today, Brett?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Oh, man, I can't wait to get into this. Let's head over to your desktop. Okay, Brett, bring us up to speed. What are we doing here?
Okay, so if the previous video, the custom SQL pools, what we saw is, or what we demonstrated is looking at the workspace settings. So we're looking at the UI, we're configuring the SQL pools, and how you can do it manually, right? You enable the SQL pools, you create a bunch of whatever you want, save it, just, define the resource percentage, save it, and ultimately that sets the pool, right? But what you saw is, hey, got to go in there. Someone's got to actually click the buttons and make sure that things are running. So it could be very manual. Like, it's very simple, get up and running. But now let's say, okay, how do I programmatically do this, right? How do I make this into part of my procedure where someone doesn't actually have to go through and make those edits manually? And this is where the API. So we allow API support to set this configuration. So just looking at a very simple pipeline. So this is just adding on to our pipeline that we saw before, right? The pipeline that we had in the previous video was we were loading three dimension tables, loading the fact table, and then that was the end of the pipeline. And so we had the bad actor scenario running. We'll call him Steve, running his query, blocking my ETL job, and then we manually made the changes and everything succeeded. Now let's automate that. Let's programmatically make that configuration so that I don't actually have to say, oh no, the CEO or my ETL process broke. What do I do? And someone has to go in there and click it. Let's just make this part of the process, right? And this is where you can use the REST API. So, and the beauty of Fabric, right, where I'm at the very beginning, I'm specifying a notebook. I'm passing in parameters. So I have a notebook here, configure custom SQL pools. I have a couple base parameters I'm passing in, turning on custom SQL pools. I have 3 pools in the notebook where I'm going to say 90% for pipelines, 5% for Power BI, 5% for ad hoc. It will go ahead and we'll just go ahead and run it so you can see. And then at the end of the notebook, we can have so we'll run the store procedures, load our data, and then at the end, we'll then change it. We'll change pipelines to 10%, right? We still want, maybe we have a couple pipelines that aren't doing the big batches, we're just doing incremental loads. We still want those to have some resources to execute. We want Power BI to go through the roof again, up to 70%, so our report users are happy. And then we're going to give ad hoc that 20%. And so with this is at the start of our ETL job, hey, let's give ETL a bunch of resources. We want the job to run as fast as possible, and then run our job. At the end of the job, we want to shuffle the resources back around so that our report users are getting great performance. We're getting high concurrency, et cetera. So again, just a way to really automate this whole procedure, automate your whole workload management through APIs and resources, ensuring that your queries are always able to execute.
Brett, this is unbelievably awesome. And look how fast that whole thing ran. You put the appropriate levels in place to start your main pipeline. You did your loads. You then reset back to your allocations for your performance. That is just absolutely fantastic. Brett, where can people find that sample notebook that you used?
We can put it in the Fabric Tools cat toolbox that's out there. But yeah, it's a simple notebook. In the documentation there is also samples as well of making the API calls. The notebook is simply just adding a couple of parameters, cell at the very top to pass in so that it accepts parameters, and then just dynamically makes that API call and posts it. But I will put that notebook in the Fabric Cat toolbox for everyone to have. I'll throw a link out here so everyone can find it and configure it themselves as well.
Oh, Brett, you the man. Thank you so much for this. This is gonna like this is gonna become the mandatory first step in all of our pipelines. First and last step in all of our pipelines. So thank you for putting that together. Um, where can people go to give you feedback on new features or functionalities they might want around SQL pools?
Yeah, I would say, always reach out. Feel free to always reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. There's the feedback through the Fabric feedback as well. And also, if you just want to put comments on this video, I'll be monitoring this video, and I'm happy to reply back and get back to you. So if you have any feedback, anything you want to see, anything you don't like, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that is awesome. And hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that likes up if you're in this far. We really appreciate it. Also, subscribe and leave a comment down below if you found this useful and what you're using SQL pools, especially these dynamic settings. If you've got some other use cases, I want to hear about it so we can help spread that love and share that knowledge. You guys have the best day ever. Peace. Okay. And so I get it. This could be a lot of stuff. Don't worry though. If you need help, we got you. Head over to bakertilly.com/digital. Click on the I need help or I need more information, wherever the button says. Put in there that you need help from Chris Wagner. It gets routed to me. I'll reach out to you right away and we'll make sure that you're getting the help that you need. Otherwise, if you think you can handle this stuff, and I know you can, check out these two videos that I've got for you right here that could help get you up to speed in everything Fabric.